If multiple people from other states showed up in New Hampshire on Election Day with either no ID or an out-of-state ID, could they have voted in Tuesday's primary?
Okay, and how long do I have had to live in New Hampshire before I can vote today?
Not long. There's not really a set time.
How long do I have to stay in New Hampshire to vote today?
There's no requirement.
Okay, and what do I need? Because I don't have an ID.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna need to fill out an ID, just another form.
I just have to fill out another form?
Right.
They will allow you to sign an affidavit saying that you live in New Hampshire
another
now.
state. Okay. Or I don't, but I'm not living here as of right now. I'm just looking to vote
You
here.
have intention of living here indefinitely?
Not indefinitely.
You want to vote today, you might tell them that you're with your friend and you're here indefinitely, which sounds like it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And if
yeah,
say
not 100% true, but I understand.
but
Yeah.
you're here indefinitely, and you have your address at your friend's house,
Okay.
and then you'd be able to vote. And if otherwise, I don't know,
water bill or electric bill or anything like that?
No, I don't have
You
that.
don't have that. So if you have your driver's license, your mass driver's license with you.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just want to make sure. So if I sign that piece of paper and then a Massachusetts ID works, then I can vote today. Okay, how long do I have had to be in New Hampshire to vote today?
Probably 48 hours.
48 hours? Okay, how long do I have to stay in New Hampshire to vote today?
If you're here today, you vote, you can be gone.
It was just a little more than 4 years ago when Veritas proved that lax voter registration laws in New Hampshire would allow for serious voter fraud.
Democratic ballot. Democratic ballot.
State law says you don't need an ID to vote in New Hampshire, and this video appears to show you may not need a pulse either.
After the story broke, legislators rewrote the law, but based upon what we discovered this week, they did a lousy job.
Okay, how long do I have to live here to do that? I don't think that there is, I don't think they ended up passing. This needs to be your legal place where you live, where you put your head on your bed. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, so all I have to do is just fill this out. I don't have an ID, but I fill this out, so you'll put me through the process, and then I can... Yep.
The New Hampshire law and a memorandum from the state's Attorney General's office expressly states that, quote, under no circumstances should a voter be turned away at the time and place of check-in because they do not possess sufficient photo identification, unquote.
Let me see your identification.
Okay, well, I'll have to go grab it then.
You don't have your identification?
Well, I'll have to go grab it.
Okay.
Because I was told you didn't even need an ID.
You don't, but you have to have your picture taken then, and you have to sign
Well, I know,
another
so I'll go grab an ID then.
So I just fill this out.
Yeah, fill both of these out, and
Then I can vote?
right. Okay. You have a mass license.
I'm not sure if I have it on me, but
I need a picture of it. If we don't have one, I gotta fill one of these out and take a picture.
okay. I'm not sure if I don't. I don't.
So you need. So I need to fill out this out.
So I just need to fill out these forms and take a picture, and I can vote.
You got it.
The problem is that without identification and confirmation, someone could vote with a made-up name and address, and by the time the state found the fraud, the vote would have long been counted with no way to correct the wrong. So how would campaign officials respond to requests to skirt the domicile law and vote?
No, when Hugo mentioned the domicile thing, I totally think that I'm going to do that.
You should.
You think I should?
Yeah.
The only thing is, I don't know what address to use. Oh, can I use yours?
You can, if you want.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Can you write it down?
Yeah.
It's incredibly easy. I think in a lot of ways New Hampshire is incredibly proud of their first in the nation primary, and for that reason they make all of these really lax laws surrounding voting so that people can take advantage of it.
Why doesn't just every volunteer ever in the office?
I think a lot have, honestly, and all of our paid canvassers have done it. It's very, very
It almost seems like it's it's more like it's better to have people from out of state because they can do that and it's just like more votes.
Yeah, I don't know, like I said, I don't know the legality of it, and like perhaps it's voter fraud.
So I'm wondering if I can do.
Are you registered from here?
Here.
Oh yeah.
But the only problem is I'm staying with her aunt and I don't like have an address because I wouldn't want to use her aunt's.
Just why not?
I don't know.
Yeah, we like talked about it, and she's just like not cool with that.
She's not cool with that.
Yeah.
She was like, if you send me mail.
Because we both want to do it. Like.
Could you say you're staying at 345 Silly Road?
Could we?
Yeah.
That's this address.
Yeah.
We heard that Mariel, who is from Massachusetts, voted for Bernie Sanders in the New Hampshire primary, but has no intention of staying in the Granite State.
Are you Mariel?
I am.
Hey, James O'Keefe, Project Veritas. How you doing?
Hey there, good.
Hey.
I have to tell you right now, I'm not allowed to speak to press.
Do you live here in New Hampshire?
I'm not allowed to speak to press.
Do you live here in New Hampshire?
Garrett lives here. Garrett lives here in New Hampshire.
Because my understanding is that you're from Massachusetts, right? And you're kind of exploiting the voting loophole by voting here and then you're leaving right away, right?
Mariel's been living here. I can't speak to press.
Do you like New Hampshire? Because my understanding is that you don't like New Hampshire.
Mariel's been living here for over a year. Just don't. No. She can't talk to you.
So are you voting? Did you vote here? Mary, are you planning to vote here today? Because I think that you are voting here today, and that would be violating the voting loophole in New Hampshire, wouldn't it? Because you're not from New Hampshire, and you intend to leave right away. So, do you have a comment?
Hey, is this private property issue or something like that? Because this is my office, and I get to ask you to leave, right?
But there's also a law in New Hampshire, and you can't.
Yeah, but I can ask you to leave my private property.
Yeah, I
which
can
would
leave.
be great.
I can leave. But
this
do
is
you,
a good time to go.
Do you have a comment about that?
You could go.
So
Thank you.
no
I
comment.
appreciate your time so much.
Because
Thank you for dropping by. The pizza's really good across the street.
Remarkably, we even found poll workers who seemed to support the idea of out-of-state campaign workers voting in a New Hampshire election.
This is why they wanted to change that law. Some people wanted to change the law.
Because people were
coming up here working on campaigns and voting.
All right.
Which I think when you come up here and work on a campaign and you vote, I think, you've been working hard on a campaign and you want to vote.
Just to clarify before I get to someone, so what I need, because I don't have an ID, and I can either do this here or there, wherever they decide, all I need is to sign the affidavit, and that's it, and I can vote in New Hampshire.
Basically, what we've been told by the Attorney General is that if you're willing to sign this, you can vote here today because we can't do anything about it. You've admitted to us that you actually don't live here.
Yeah.
And so that puts us in a difficult situation. You're also signing this.
Reading it looks like it's more appropriate for me to be in Ware, which is fine, which is totally fine.
You know, if you felt comfortable doing this, it would be your call.
Right.
But I would say and because my feeling is I don't ever want to deny anybody the right to vote.
Yeah, but technically I could fill that out and do that here.
Technically you can. I can't stop you. I can't stop you. I would it's your call.
So easy a caveman can do it.
Yeah.
He was staying in a dorm because he's working for a campaign. And so he thinks he can use that as his address. Is that all right?
We'll have to call the AG's office. I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure on this.
So
I wanted to.
But let's call and see. Yeah, we're a little bit unfamiliar. No, I don't think so. But we're the unfamiliar territory of transient living accommodations. I know we just don't know the rules specifically. My name's Betsy McLean. I'm the town clerk in Hanover, and I was hoping that you could answer a question about domicile eligibility for me. Can you help me there, or? Okay. That's correct. That's correct. Yep. Great, thank you. That's what we'll do. Thanks for the clarification. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah? Bye. Okay, so I think you heard what I heard, which was...
What's that?
You can complete the domicile affidavit, and that if you're claiming that the dormitory is your residence, you're right. And, he affirmed, as we probably know, the owner of the premises might have issues with it, but that's not what we're trying to do here today.
Gotcha. So I just need the address and the phone. Cool. Great.
In talking with the AG's office, he needs to, his option is to complete a domicile affidavit to say that he's residing in the dormitory. How long he's going to be there, or is it really our business? He's just going to attest that that's where he lives today to be able to vote. Alrighty?
Alrighty then. So I decided to see if James O'Keefe could vote in the New Hampshire primary.
Hey, I'm interested in establishing the domicile to vote.
Sure. What's your address?
I don't have my ID with me. Is that going to be an issue?
Yeah, well, there's a way to get around that.
How do I do that?
Well, we'll have you fill out.
Okay. Oh, hello. I don't have any documents with me. Is that a problem?
What's your address?
But I'm just concerned, like, do I need to give you
what they're going to do, they're going to take a picture ID?
Not with me, no. No.
You go to that table and they'll take a picture of you.
And how long do I have to be living here in order to register to vote?
I think it's 30 days, but I'm not sure that matters at this point because new registrations they're going to figure that out.
And how long do I have to stay here? Could I leave in a few days?
I can check with the moderator for questions like this.
Not familiar. I was just wondering if I register to vote, how long do I have to live here for?
I was under the impression it was 30 days, but I'm not sure if they clarified that.
When did you?
I've just been here for just a little while, like a few days.
It's supposed to be, isn't it? Look, I think it's at least 20 days.
Is it 20 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a question about how long you have to stay.
How long I have to stay here afterwards? Yeah.
You can stay here until the day after the election.
So I could leave tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You know what? I do have. I could go get a driver's license out of the car because it's just an out-of-state driver's license.
Yeah. The law says if we don't have a picture ID, we just have to take a photo of you and have you fill out an affidavit stating your claim who you are.
But I could go get.
If you have anything, that would help.
A New York driver's license and bring it in. Okay, thank you.
Where? I think I've seen you.
What you say? I look familiar?
Yeah. I forget the name of the fellow who was doing the, I don't know things, but documentaries.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't remember his name, but I've seen it.
Yeah, neither can I, but I think I know who you're talking about.
Elections in New Hampshire don't seem to have improved in the 4 years since Veritas was last here. They had to rewrite the laws back then, and based upon what we see here, they'll need to do it again. Stay tuned to Project Veritas Action, because next week we will introduce you to a number of Democratic campaign officials who aren't just skirting election laws, they're brazenly breaking them.
James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, how you doing? Did you vote in New Hampshire here?
So all questions related to the background check go through.